If you're in Seattle, and you need to buy or sell a home, we'll be right there for you. Because we're the realtors that you can trust. So go to ronanddonsitdown.com.
You're listening to The Ron and Don Show on the Ron and Don Radio Network.
Hey, you guys, what's going on? Welcome to the Ron and Don Show, and we are back live in the Les Schwab studio.
What is up, Ron and Don Nation?
It's Friday. You know, on Friday, we just do one segment. We talk about real estate. All through the week, yeah, we kind of do that news talk thing, and, of course, we talk about your Yeah, but right now, we got to talk about real estate. All right. Yeah, it doesn't work as well. Anyway, don't forget, if you need us, ronanddonsitdown.com. What we're going to show you today is we always tell our sellers, sell in the spring, sell in the fall. Then we tell our buyers, always buy in the summer. And Ron, always buy in the winter months.
After
right?
the holidays. So information is power, as we've heard our entire lives. And so the cool thing that we have access to, because Don and I pay for this access, is the Northwest MLS has the best database on real estate going back as long as they've been around. And they compile it, but they hold that back for people that pay the subscription fee. So I'm going to take you behind the curtain. This is one of the graphs that you can get.
And there was a curtain here before. Matt was kind enough to remove the curtain. Remove the curtain. There's usually a curtain over this. That's why it's your first time seeing it.
So the beauty of this database is that you can slice and dice it by region. So what I did here is just King County. But if we're doing a Ron and Don sit down, you go to ronanddonsitdown.com and you go, well, I don't want to be in King County. I want to be in Island County. I want to be in Pierce County. I want to be in Tacoma. I want to be in Kent. I can zoom in on just that in that area and get you real specific data. But for the purposes of this, to understand the concept, we're looking at median sales price over the last 10 years, so 2015 to 2025 in King County, and we're going to look for the patterns, all right? We're going to look for indicators that will do what? Give us an advantage, all right? What Don and I try to do...
Or what I like to say, indicate.
The indicate.
Indicators indicate. That's what I like to say.
And so what we like to do when we do a Ron and Don sit down is how can we tilt the table your way? So whether you're a buyer or a seller, how can we take the probabilities of success and get as many of those into your side of the column as we can?
It's called leverage. And life is leverage, and in real estate, you got to have leverage.
And so what we're going to do is educate ourselves. So one of the first things we do that's not on this chart is meet with your finance person. What can you afford? What's your interest rate? What are your net proceeds going to be? What's the next step in your life?
Is there something in your credit department that you need to take 6 months or a year to kind of clean up?
And so how can we stack the deck in your favor in the financial realm?
Yep.
Maybe you need to go meet with a financial advisor. Maybe you need to meet with several different lenders. And so you're going to get that piece of information and learn about it. And now you're like, okay, I'm ready financially. Now the next step is strategy. How do we put together a strategy that is going to make me succeed and is going to stack the deck in my favor? And so when we're talking about strategy, if time is not of the essence, what do I mean by that? If you're like, hey, I'm getting transferred to Texas next week, I got to sell this house. Well, we're going to take this deck stacking. It doesn't apply to you because you have an artificial time parameter that Don and I cannot control. So you're just going to take what you can get in that scenario. Or on the selling side, hey, my parents just died. We got to sell the house.
Well, we're not going to take what you can get. We're going to take what we can get, because even in a shorter time span, there's still a strategy to bring
you can still do strategies
to bring that home to market. But you're going to have a harder time timing the market.
Correct.
Yeah.
So when we look at this, though, now we're going to look at a strategy. When you go, okay, how can I optimize my position? So you're saying, all right, I would like to be. Let's start with a buyer. Ron, I want to be a buyer. What would you? This is median price. Back in 2015, it was around a little over $400,000.
Hey, real quick, Ron's Matt, if people want to see this chart, how can they see Ron's chart today? What's the best thing to do?
I would recommend watching the podcast on video, either on Spotify or on YouTube.
Okay, there we go.
So we're talking about being a buyer, and it's pretty straightforward when you look at this chart. There are times you see a dramatic uptick. Those coincide with the first quarter of every calendar year. And so if you're thinking, well, I want to be a buyer, do you want to be a buyer when this pressure is going almost vertical? No, like I don't want to be a buyer there. That's a dumb time to be a buyer. But that is for whatever reason, and it doesn't matter how many times Don and I say this, that's when the buyers are out. For whatever reason, buyers come out in the spring.
In the spring, yeah.
Every single year for the past 10 years, and if this could go back another 10 years, you would see the same
When
thing.
the Easter Bunny's out, they're out, right?
And so buyers like to buy at that time.
Yep.
When you're a buyer, the better time is to be at these points where it's either moving sideways or going down. So those typically happen in the doldrums of summer and then right at the end of the year. Every single year, you're going to see this down tick that goes down. And so if you were going to buy, that's why Don and I say October 31st through the first of the year, be a buyer. Why? Because statistically, you're stacking the deck in your favor. You're more likely to get a good result with less competition and spend less money on the purchase of a property in that time frame. And it happens every single year. You look at this every year, you get a downtick until you get the uptick. So that's when you want to be a buyer.
Hey, Ron, does that happen more? You mentioned 2 different seasons.
It happens, but it's not as reliable in the summertime. Sometimes the summer buyers will push right through, but it's reliable at the end of the year, like clockwork every year. We cannot predict the future, but it's happened every year for the past 10 years. Now, conversely, I want to be a seller. When's the best time to sell? It's going to be on this uptick. Now, here's something that is interesting, though. As these uptick happens, Don and I are not the only people in the world that have figured out this trend line. And so what happens, though, is as this continues to rise, so does the inventory. So within this ramp right here, there's actually an optimum time within the optimum time. So, for instance, when I'm getting right here, there might be 200 to 300 new listings coming on every single month.
That's late in the spring, so you might be, and that's late in the real estate spring.
So depending on your neighborhood,
That might be like April 15th around tax time. You might be late coming on if you're coming on April 15th.
So you're going to have 300 to 600 other people you're competing with. If I'm back here,
February 15th.
They're in February, there might be 70 to 80 people that have brought their house on at this time. So the demand is going up. Inventory is going up. Where do you want to be? In that window of demand has gone up and inventory is relatively low.
People always want to sell when the flowers come out. A lot of times the flowers come out in late spring, early summer. You've waited too long to sell your house. So I always tell people, if you want the flowers to come out, I'll go to the store, I'll buy some damn flowers, we'll put them in the pot, we'll be fine, we all have flowers. You don't want to wait until the flowers come out. What you want to wait is till the buyers come out. Why do the buyers come out so early, especially here in Seattle? We see buyers out very early in the spring, don't we?
I think for a couple of reasons. Number one is being cooped up in a rainy winter for a long time. People get sick of their house.
Totally, yeah.
Number two, as you always say, when the families get together for Thanksgiving and Christmas, it's natural that we start to do New Year's resolutions. We start to look forward. We contemplate about how this year went and how we want the next year to go. And so you start thinking about, oh, well, maybe we're going to have a kid this year.
You make big decisions.
You make big decisions.
Big ones,
during that time.
Yeah.
And then the third thing is, especially for 2026, the politics in America revolves around midterms and presidential elections.
That's right.
Midterms are coming up in 2026. Yeah. Everybody knows it's the economy's stupid. So there's going to be a big push politically to bring interest rates down, to bring down your gas bill, and to bring down your grocery bill, and to bring down that mortgage loan rate. And so all of those forces are going to coalesce around the first of the year, and you're going to see something like this. Can I guarantee that? No. Anybody that says they can guarantee a future outcome is lying to you. I can't guarantee it, but what I can do is show you this chart for 10 consecutive years that we see stuff going up and up and up every time the calendar year ticks over. And so what we like to do, though, is get more specific in this. Stats can be liars, and people that give stats can be liars and make it look like something that it doesn't look like.
You can always tell because their pants are on fire.
That's right.
Yeah.
So what we like to do in our Ron and Don sit down is to dial this in. We will show you King County, but then we did a sit down this week where then I overlaid Kirkland and Bellevue onto that, and they didn't match up perfectly. They weren't perfectly aligned. You would see stuff that happens in Bellevue, parts of Bellevue, that are not going to happen in all of King County. And so we want to give you the knowledge so that you understand these basic tenants in where you can go, oh, well, then I don't want to sell right here. I want to buy right here.
So don't forget about when people take a pause. During the holidays, if a home's for sale, it's because it has to be. Something's happened. Now, there's an estate sale. We have a house we went and looked at yesterday. Mom was an incredible professor at the University of Washington. Daughter is a doctor down in San Francisco. Daughter inherits mom's house. Dad died back in 2001. Daughter has house, wants to sell house because this house is worth a lot of money, but there's also incredible debt against this house. Someone took a $1.8 million loan out against this house, and we can see that, right? So she needs to sell now because she's having to make house payments. So she's for sale during the winter months, and this house actually is a fixer, but it's on the water. So I have somebody that's out right now looking for a fixer on the water, so this could be a good marriage, and we may write on this house. When the holidays are happening, people are reflecting on the year, right? They're reflecting on the year. How did I live my life this year? How did I spend my time? What were my minutes and moments like?
Are we going to have cranberry sauce in the jar or in the bowl? Because in the bowl is worthless. You want it to look like the shape of a can.
Yeah, shape of a can. That's right. Here. So that's the power of reflection. And then what happens is we get toward the new year, people start anticipating. Hey, this is how I want to live 2026. This is where I want to live. This is what I want to be doing. These are the trips I want to be. When everyone's booking my Airbnbs, most of them, especially in the summer months and the vacation months, they get booked around the holidays as we head toward the first, and particularly in January. And then during the spring, people take action. Spring is kind of an action.
You still have the enthusiasm.
The power of anticipation and reflection, but now you're taking action. Kids are back in school. Time is freed up. You're taking action. And then what happens when summer comes, especially, and kids can really drive this, whether they're going to the university or whether they're going to an elementary school, they're out. We're vacationing. Things kind of get changed up. Our schedule get changed up. They're going to camps. They're doing all that. Life gets kind of disembobulated. So is it disembobulated?
Discombobulated.
Discombobulated.
It's a new word,
That's
but I like it.
Better word.
Yeah.
I feel bigly about that word. I'm going
Especially
with it.
if your name's Bob.
If you're bigly disembobulated, that sounds like a bad surgery. Anyway, there's kind of a pause. And then when kids go back, September 4th, they go back to school. It's a time of action again till about October 31st. The holidays, and then boom, we're back in holiday mode. I was just out looking for holiday pies today. I'm in charge of the holiday pies on Thanksgiving.
You want pecan?
Well, I'm going to go pecan. I don't like to see pecan. I'm going pecan. I'm going pumpkin. And you're not going to like this, but I can find a home for a cherry pie at any holiday gathering. I know you don't like that.
How do you feel about
That's
apple?
the best pie that's out there.
I agree with the one. You get an incredible cherry pie. I just had a slice of apple.
Apple is better than rhubarb.
And it had the crisscross crust on top.
That's pretty good.
No ice cream.
Yeah.
And I almost put a piece of yellow cheese on there.
That's good.
I thought about it. And then I was like, do I really want the cheese?
Yeah.
I probably should have gone with the cheese.
Was it a crisscross sugar top with a little sugar
No
on
sugar.
top?
It was just the egg wash.
You were wasting my time.
All right. But do you go cheese or no cheese?
Is it homemade or?
It was store-bought.
Yeah.
Cheese or no cheese?
You're wasting my time.
All right.
On a cherry pie?
On an apple pie.
No, I don't. I'm going to put vanilla bean ice cream on it, aren't you?
All the time. But the cheese, if you've never had it, is pretty good.
What do you like about it?
It's man, you've had cheese on a pie before, I bet. No? It's a Wisconsin thing.
Oh.
And it sort of gives you, it's a contrast.
Do you melt it?
Yeah, it's melted.
What do you do with the ice cream?
No ice cream. It's either cheese or ice cream. I'll send you a video.
Like cheese curds?
No, a piece of yellow cheese, like cheddar cheese.
I'm going to put that in my sandwich.
Sharp cheddar cheese on a pie.
I knew you'd ruin this segment today. Everything was going great. Anticipate, reflect.
This is the Brady Bros of pie.
Let's go to the charts. Everything was going well, and then you had to shit the Bismarck with is that a word? Shit the Bismarck?
You're just making up phrases today.
Did you? No, I don't think you have to. Do you really?
Cheese on pie.
Okay.
It's a thing.
Anyway. Hey, you guys, if you need us or if you just want to go pie,
please email Don about the cheese on the pie. I'm telling you.
I love pie. Don't you love a cherry pie?
I love a cherry pie.
I love that my friend Scotty every year, and I don't know why he won't drop off the whole pie. He goes and you can get like half a pie.
Because they're expensive. That's why he doesn't.
Well, he's a
do
cheap
it.
bastard.
It is.
Yeah. So anyway, he goes and he gets half a pie, and then he just drops it off at my door. I think he buys the whole pie, and he's at home eating the other half.
Of course he is.
That's what's happening.
Yes.
Yeah. I just figured that out.
I appreciate that about him.
It took me 10 years, but I just
Right.
figured it out. Yeah. Anyway, that's heart attack. Scott had a heart attack in my class and almost died. So anyway, hey, Scotty. Want the whole pie next year. If you need us, if you're thinking about buying, selling, investing, or you just want to go over Ron's chart, tell the people how can they get in touch with us?
RonandDonSitDown.com, or you can email me directly, ron@ronandon.com.
Yeah. I want to thank everybody who worked on today's show. I want to thank Arlene in Arlington. Arlene in Arlington would actually send us a mail in our other show, and we weren't able to thank her, so I just want to thank her today. Bob in Bellevue, and then who else wrote in?
Ken and Kent.
Ken and Ken. I want to thank everyone for writing in on the show. If you missed the Monday show, there's lots of that, and we do talk about the Brady Bunch. Just going to warn you. Yeah, Matt. Any announcements for the people?
I have nothing at this time.
Okay. Any announcements?
Ron@ronandon.com.
Oh, okay. Ron and Don.
Well, the Bob Rivers thing will be over by the time we.
It'll be over.
Yeah.
Thanks. Bob died. Thanks for reminding us.
Thanks, Matt.
Appreciate it.
We could mention how great he was.
Bob's dead. Thanks.
We could mention how great he was.
No, we by the time you hear this, will have gone to a memorial. So far, I think they've sold like 800 tickets.
Nice.
And I'm pretty excited to get together, or was pretty excited to get together with all our radio peeps. You're going too, right?
Yeah, I'm going.
Should be a lot of fun. So we look forward to that. All right. Hey, you guys, thanks for listening to the show. Thanks for supporting us. And don't forget, you can now watch it online on YouTube. Go to Spotify. And if you want to listen to it, you can go to Apple Podcasts. But you're not going to get to look at Ron's chart today. So anyway. Till next time, you keep your head up and shoulders back. And again, if you want to sit down with us virtually, it's RonandDonSitDown.com. You've been listening to the Ron and Don Show all day on the Ron and Don Radio Network. Where's your fake smile?
Well, that's it. Show's over. We'll see you next time on the Ron and Don Radio Network.